Good morning, collective. How is your vibe? Oh, I wish. I wish I could sing like Christina Aguilera. Good morning, collective. You know what? Let me do a couple more ding dings. Yes. I love you. I love you, Spirit. Let me do a couple more dings. Let me clear the energy. Let me clear the energy. Good morning, collective. How are we doing on this fabulous day? New day. Hello. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. My name is Patience, Patience with Spirit. So funny, right? Spirit gave it to me. I cannot take credit for it. Spirit gave it that to me. Hello, good morning. Welcome all. Thank you for all my returning subscribers. Thank you for anyone who's new here. Welcome to the channel. I am a spirit medium who is developing her spiritual gifts in real time and showing you how it works and how we do it. Not for you to do it like us, but for to show you that it's being done. We believe here on Spirit News where we bring you higher perspectives of linear views that everybody is psychic. Everybody has spiritual abilities because everybody has a soul. And your soul is the electromagnetic field into which you tap into energy beyond the veil, and you are most definitely able to read it, interpret it, and use it as your GPS system through your emotions, energy in motion, emotion. I'm learning as I go in real time through the help of my spirit team, and we document all of that for you on Spirit News and on all of our socials. If you would like to be part of our community, we would absolutely love to have you. Please find all of our socials in the description bar through the link tree. You can find it there. We'd absolutely love to have you. We have another reading today. I've been developing my mediumship so I can help people with grief and be of service and help people understand energy. We document all of our metaphysical information on Spirit News, which is our podcast that we make in tandem with our very own spirit team, the Guild of the Golden Triangle. It's on all major platforms. Again, find it through the link tree in the description bar. We do an episode when we're called. I think there's 16 or 17 episodes right now. Hey, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Oh, thank you so much, Kyle. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your compliments. I'm very grateful to you for being here. Good morning. We post every weekend. Every weekend, we post whatever spirit feels necessary to bring forward to us. We're learning how to stay in receptive mode. We're learning how to come from a heart state. So we're learning how to get out of the head and into the heart. It's 3 a.m. It's 5:55 a.m. here in Rhode Island. Thank you everyone for being here. I love you so much. So we have another celebrity read this morning. Again, we post every single weekend morning, Saturday and Sunday. So, oh, I used to live in Arizona. I went to Ironwood High School and Westwind Academy. And yo, Rhode Island, what's up? What up, David? Thank you so much for being here. Good morning. We're talking to Angus Cloud today, which is it's kind of trippy that it's almost like he's an identical uh I don't want to say copy because he's obviously his own he has his own energy, but he just reminds me so much of Mac Miller, which we did do a reading with Mac Miller. If you want to check that out, you can go to our past videos. I'm in hot ass Florida. Good morning. Oh, it's raining here. Is your channel all about our man above? Yeah, we're definitely connected to divine spirit through the heart space. We're in Christ consciousness. We've learned how to get here by asking our spirit team to help us develop our spiritual abilities, and by doing so, it's sent us on this trajectory of a spiritual journey, and Now we're here in our heart space, teaching others how to get there so they can find alignment and they can live in joy and peace, find their peace, be masters of peace. Yes, the spiritual journey that we're all on. I've definitely come a long way and I'm very happy to be here. We're going to talk to Angus Cloud. I'm using my abilities to get higher perspectives of people who have crossed over. We don't infringe on anybody's free will, it's a cosmic law. So be careful if you're doing that, even down to helping people. If someone doesn't ask for your help, you don't go out of your way to help them. They didn't ask you for it. That's an infringement on like the smallest scale of someone's free will. So we speak to crossover loved ones and ask if they want to talk with us. And all the time they say yes. So that's pretty cool. Um, we're developing our mediumship. I'm taking the James Van Prague, which I love him. I don't know why. He's really in a heart space. So he just has a lot of love. James Van Prague has the mystical or the School of Mystical Arts. We're taking a course from him for our mediumship. I don't know how to say your name, Saif, but if you're gonna be yucky, if you're gonna be naughty, I'm gonna get you out of here. But if you want to be nice and you want to stay and you want to hear what Angus Cloud has to say, then you gotta be good. And if you're not, I'm gonna get you out of here. Okay? So I love you so much. Thank you for being here. But let's be nice, okay? So Angus Cloud. So I have a couple things. So if you don't know who Angus Cloud is, he is from uh, Euphoria. And if you have watched that show Euphoria on HBO, uh, that show is really intense. It's really intense. It's about high schoolers that go through these super dramatic adult themes. And it's very sexual. It's very lots of drugs, lots of violence, lots of emotional disruption, chaos. It's intense. Me and my husband were watching it a long time ago, not recently. I don't know if I could watch it again because I'm not denying that high school people maybe some high school people go through that, but it's just very dramatized. Is that a word? Did I make that up? I'm not really sure. Politically. I'm not really sure. Please tell me your name. If I like it. It's very violent. Anyway, he's from that show, and it was his first appearance in the public eye. He's actually never had prior acting experience, according to Wikipedia. He was born July 10th, 1998 in Oakland, California, and he crossed over July 31st, 2023 in Oakland, California at the age of 25 from an accidental overdose, which is very similar to Mac Miller. Same cocktail, same age. Well, Mac Miller is 26 and Angus Cloud is 25. But they look like they could be brothers. They literally look like they could be brothers. They died at almost the same age. They died of the same accidental overdose with the same cocktail. So we found that very interesting. Some things that we got. Angus came to me last night, which I thought was, I was getting kind of nervous because Spirit hadn't sent me a celebrity that wanted to be read. And then when I wasn't thinking about it and I wasn't like waiting for it, it came to me. So it was last night. We were trying to find a movie to watch, and my husband chose this movie called Abigail, which, I mean, I didn't finish it. I'll give it a chance. I'm not gonna judge it, but it's about a vampire. Uh, you know, uh, I'm about to ruin the plot for you, so if you want to see it, sorry. But it's about this little girl who's a vampire, and she has to feed. So Angus Cloud was one of the um, criminals or that were procured or tricked to go to this house where the vampire, eats them. And he was the first one to die. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. He was the first one to die, and he made that. The movie came out in 2024, so it must have been made because he died in 2023. So that was like literally one of the last movies he made, which he was a really busy guy. Euphoria blew him up. He had never had prior acting experience. He'd never been in the public eye like he had. So, oh, and then also, it's been his last name is Cloud, and it's literally been cloudy for the last 3 days. So I thought that was interesting. So yeah, so we're gonna see what he wants to say. I did get a song from him. I woke up with the song in my head by Teddy Swims, "I Lose Control," which I'm sorry, I should have had it up. Let me grab that. And this song is about addiction. "I Lose Control," Teddy Swims lyrics. And it says, "Something's got a hold of me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door. Out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me, trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you, can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. The problem is I want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit. Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. I know I can do it on my own, but I want that real full moon black magic, and it takes two. Problematic." So that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. The problem is with you, when I'm with you, I'm an addict. And I need some relief. My skin in your teeth. Can't see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees, darling, please. And that's so interesting because when I turned my phone on, or when I looked at my phone this morning, it had Spotify on, which I did not turn Spotify on my phone. And it was on the screen a song, and I had never heard of this song before. It's called "The Devil Wears Lace" by Steven Rodriguez. And I was like, oh, Jesus. And it says, "Heaven help me, the devil wears lace and she can't be tamed. If I were wealthy, spend every last dime just to hear her say my name. I get my fix when she gets home. Now, honey, I've been thinking about this all day long. The devil tricks. She sent her spawn to drag me to the depths where I belong. So light me in flames just as hot as you need. Let me see the good girl you wanted to be. All of my praise, only from me I can be the one who could set you free. Fall from your grace, turn up the heat. I feel him going down, hands gripping the sheets, setting the pace, number the beast. Got me by the belt, heart skipping a beat. The devil and me, I'm feeling lucky. I gambled on red and the price was paid. Took something from me, but gave it all back. It was one and the same. Shred my soul, turn me on. Have pride in my will, but the devil's strong." Yeah, so there's something about a lady. The devil wears lace, some kind of lady, and she can't be tamed. Something about a woman. And then discard relationships, friendships, connecting. You have no idea. Hammer. Sacred mountain. This card came up, and I turned to this book, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown, and it said, "We cultivate love when we allow our most vulnerable and powerful selves to be deeply seen and known. And when we honor the spiritual connection that grows from that offering with trust, respect, kindness, and affection, love is not something we give or get, it is something that we nurture and grow. A connection that can only be cultivated between two people when it exists within each of them. We can only love others as much as we love ourselves. I'm gonna highlight that. Shame, blame, disrespect, betrayal, and the withholding of affection damage the roots from which our love grows. Love can only survive these injuries if they are acknowledged, healed, and rare. So we can only love others as much as we love ourselves. I just want to highlight that because that's the lesson here for Angus Cloud. There's someone in his life that what really stands out to me is withholds affection from him. Someone that he was really obsessed over or wanted a connection with or chased some kind of connection or gave with trust, that offered his love to this person with trust, but there's something about this love that was toxic. It was like he was always, this person could have been always withholding love and affection, and possibly something about disrespect, betrayal. So some kind of toxic love, some kind of connection that he wanted to cultivate, but this person withheld love and it damaged his roots, his root chakra, and it could have possibly put him in a very addictive, kind of damaged energy. But he couldn't get rid of this person. He couldn't let go of this person. So there's something about that. Let's take a look. Let's go deeper. Angus Cloud, thank you so much for being with us. I am so grateful for your perspective. Please tell us what you want us to know. I did open up to Psalm I did open up to Psalm 59, and it says, "Rescue me from my enemies, my God, lift me out of reach of my foes, deliver me from evildoers, from the bloodthirsty save me. They have set an ambush for my life, the powerful conspire against me, with no offense or misdeed of mine, Lord, for no fault they hurry to take up my arms. Come near and see my plight. You, Lord God of hosts, are the God of Israel. Awake, punish all the nations. Have no mercy on these worthless traitors." Each evening they return growling like dogs, prowling the city. Their mouths pour out insults, sharp words on their lips. They say, "Who is there to hear?" Mm. Yeah, it's just like the book said. So this person, um, and Spirit just said, "Why did you come back?" So this is some kind of relationship where there's like a back and forth, where it's a going and a coming. It's something like that. Someone who has pours insults out of their mouths, hurt. Someone who knows how to hurt Angus with their words. Um, but Angus allows this person to hurt them with their words. So this also says, "For the sinful words of their mouth and lips. Let them be caught in their pride, for the lies they have told." So somebody who uses him or something like that. Let's let's see what else. What do you want us to know? Angus Cloud, thank you so much. Where do you want us to go? Tell me, dear. You want to do some word tiles? Let's do it. I mean, the song by Teddy Swim says, um, it says, the heck? Oh, sorry. Okay. It says, but I want that real full moon black magic, and it takes two problematic. The problem is when I'm with you, I'm an addict. Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. Yeah, this person, I don't know, this person could have possibly put maybe, I don't know, they're under some kind of love spell or something. Darkness. Devote! Hey, Devote! I miss you. I love you so much, Devote. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you. I hope all is well. Sending you my love, 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 love. Send, 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 send. Hi. Long time no see. You still my moderator, boo. All right. Let me see. So I got darkness so far. So I'm getting this it's so specific. Real moon black magic takes two problematic. Checkers. Someone's was playing a game with him. It feels very like gold diggery. Nugget, as I say, nugget. Gold nugget. Someone who's a someone who has someone who's little, who has an enormous behavior. Someone who has a big ego, but possibly a little frame, like somebody who gurgles. I cannot make it up. Oh, thank you, Devote. Of course, always love for you. Gurgle. Someone who could have possibly Miss Gurgle. Oh my god. Miss Gurgle. Mm. Recoil. Value in reverse. Someone who's a snake. Someone who's a snake who isn't valuable. Who possibly uses sex. Oh, murder right here. Who possibly uses sex to keep Angus around. Angus could possibly have a high sex drive or be soul right here. Yeah, this person sucks his soul out high, possibly gets him high all the time. Ugh. This is some kind of like clout chaser or something, or this is some person who uses sex to play a game with him to beneath. This is someone with a big ego, somebody who possibly is very petite, someone who has an enormous behavior problem or attitude problem, somebody who uses sex or fellatio to devalue Angus, to keep Angus connected to her in some way so he doesn't oppose her. I have murder soul, so somebody who is sucking his soul out, someone who kept him high to keep him knocked down, who wanted to claim him. Wanted to claim him, or claimed him, or wanted to keep him like he could be claimed. Cub, like a baby. Like a baby cub. Crush. Defeated. Yeah, like the Bible said and like the book said, this person made him chase her affection. It was an atrocity. I have atrocity here. It was an atrocity the way that she used his love against him and kept him at some kind of like absence of mind. I have absence in mind here. To consume high again, high twice, to keep him high. Yeah. And just like the song says, Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. The problem is I want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit. Yeah, there's something about this person that's like very sexy, very sexual. This person could possibly be very attractive. They could be very petite, something like that. Something that that Angus isn't used to having. I'm not saying that he couldn't get somebody like this, but this person, this person in particular, um, only goes with people who have money. I see million right here that are millionaires. They're like a gold digger. I have nugget here. Yeah, their goal is millions. Goal millions. So there's something about that. Um but this person is some kind of like gold digger. They don't actually love Angus. They don't even love themselves. They only date people, they only go with people who they perceive as having money. They play it like a game of checkers. They're very, they have a very bad attitude problem. They're like a snake in the grass. They're energy vampire. They were sucking the soul out of him. They were keeping him, as Spirit said, night. They're keeping him in, I have darkness here, in a dark place, in a dark mindset. He wasn't able, he felt defeated. There was something about him not being able to oppose the atrocity. They definitely got high together. I have high twice. All right. What else do you want us to know? Let's do our icebreakers. Let's get a little deeper. Tell us more. Tell us more, Angus. What do you want us to know? If you could script the basic plot for the dream you will have tonight, what would it be? This was his dream girl. This was somebody he thought he could never get in real life. The Angus was new to celebrity. He was new to money. He was new to this lifestyle and all the attention it was giving him. So he was drawing in people and lovers that he would have never drawn in before. And so this person fit a dream person of his, someone that he would have never thought in a million years he would ever be able to get. He thought he could only get basic bitches, basically. So this person really captivated him in that way. Do you believe in ghosts? Why or why not? There's something she could have introduced to him that he didn't believe in before, something having to do with something unseen, something that was behind closed doors, something they may have done together. Cursed. Told you that she could have put a love spell on him. And, you know, you guys might shrug your heads like, oh, not this again, but I'm telling you, it's rampant in society. And if there's a person out there that wants to solidify a person of notoriety, of celebrity, how would you ensure to keep them if you're not? It's like the book says, you can only love someone as much as you love yourself. And so if this gold digger is trying to keep Angus, I don't know, this could be something they do to multiple people. What popular TV show did you refuse to watch, if any? There's something about Angus not being able to refuse this person, not being able to say no to this person, not being able to uh, get away from this person. There's some kind of like spirit. He said cursed. And we just posted on our Instagram this young man who, I'm sorry, I forget his name. I'll try to post the video on our YouTube community page, but he posted a story. This young man used to do um he used to be a Satanist, basically. He used to be a Satanist, and he would do spells, curses, all that stuff when he was like 20, 21. And it showed him, and he looked so old at 21. Now he's older and he looks younger because he found Yeshua, but he looked so old and just was aging horribly because that shit sucks the life out of you. Just fall asleep to my voice, Devote. Fall asleep to my voice. That's okay. I appreciate you being here. No problem. I love you so much. And this young man was saying that people do love spells and they would do love spells, and to bring people into their circle and then to keep them there, because once you find out about what you got to do and what it takes to be in all that shit, you don't want to stay there. So there's something about not being able to leave, but he says that spells are curses, which they are. You're just basically cursing yourself, and you're cursing that person. What would you want to be famous for? I cannot make it up, you guys. I can't make it up. Yeah, he couldn't refuse work. He tried to. There's something about him. There's something about him feeling like he had to say yes to everything because he was so new to this lifestyle, and that he wanted to make sure that he kept his foot in the game, that he rode the wave. But there's something that something he refused to do, something that or he couldn't refuse to do. He couldn't refuse this person, but there's also something that it's like he couldn't say no to working. He did a lot of work in a short time, and that could have also played a role in his downfall and him feeling defeated, not focusing on himself, feeling like he had to say yes to everything to stay relevant. Something like that. Within reach, yeah. Because his dreams were... Self-curse. Oh, shit. Self-curse. More time or more money. Yes. He was... That's so funny. There's something about him cursing himself, which you can absolutely do through your thoughts, through your quality of thoughts. We're learning in real time from our own spirit team that the quality of your thoughts and your beliefs can curse you. And the way that you, like, if you're in this instance, in Angus's situation, he received what he thought was a dream opportunity. And he never thought in a million years that he would be in this position. But his level, it's like that, it feels like when you get the blessing but you're not ready for it spiritually. And that can happen a lot. You can manifest something that you want so badly, and he got it, but he wasn't ready to receive spiritually or mentally or emotionally the blessing. And so when he got the blessing, he started to attract people, places, and things that made him feel like did he want more time or more money? So it became, you are cursed. So it became more about the money instead of about having fun. Altered states. Oh my gosh, gosh, I'm getting, please slow it down. Please slow it down. I'm finding it hard to articulate the downloads you're giving me. Please slow it down a little. So, in this instance, do you believe in ghosts? Why or why not? There was something that he felt like he had to keep performing to stay relevant so he could get money because he wanted to. I have to stay. Thank you, because he wanted to be able to take care of his family. He wanted to be able to provide for his family and to be able to be like the breadwinner and because he got this amazing opportunity, but someone came into his life. It was a gold digger, someone that is like a dream girl to him, someone that fit that description for him, and he didn't want to lose that person either. So it's like he was only taking all these jobs, not making time for himself to actually enjoy the fruits of his labor. So he just kept doing more and more because he wanted to make sure he stayed relevant so he could keep this person, and so he could also maintain the lifestyle or provide for his family. So there's something about that. What would you want to be famous for? So it's like he manifested these thoughts he had about being famous because he thought being famous would make it easier to take care of his family. That would be a quick way to get money, and he didn't expect in a million dreams that it would happen. And so when it happened, he wasn't ready for it. It's when you receive a blessing that you're not ready for energetically, you will squander it. You will, because you receive the blessing, you manifest it in a energy that wasn't ready to have discipline, self-control, to have um, dedication or compromise or sacrifice of certain things. Okay, if a genie gave you three wishes, what would they be? Under do you believe in ghosts? Why or why not? And Spirit said, self-curse, you are curse altered states. Curse, self-curse, you are cursed. That's three altered states. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, living or dead, who would it be? What in the world is happening? What's the craziest thing you've done while drunk? Mm. Mm. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking. Give me a moment. I'm just trying to receive what I'm getting. Secrets, illusions. Angus, what are you saying? Do you believe in ghosts? Why or why not? If a genie gave you three wishes, what would they be? What's the craziest thing you did while you were drunk? If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, living or dead, who would it be? Tell me more about what's the craziest thing you've done while you're drunk? What do you want us to know? Hmm. What did you do while you were drunk? What was the first thing you bought with your own money? Did you buy a prostitute? Vodka or tequila? What the hell? Would you rather leave the country permanently or never leave the state in which you live? Would you rather? Hmm. Would you rather leave the country permanently? Would you rather leave permanently or never leave the state? Or never. Huh. I'm getting something weird, but I don't know if I should say it. 6 o'clock. I don't really want to say it. Let me get some clarification. Spirit, what are you saying? Are you saying that there's something you did while you were drunk that made you some kind of deal? Oh, what's that song say? What did the song say? It says the devil tricks, she sent her spawn. I've been thinking about this all day long. To drag me to the depths where I belong. I can be the one who could set you free, fall from your grace. I feel I'm going down, hands gripping the sheets. Number the beast. I gambled on red and paid, and the price was paid. Took something from me, but gave it all back. My pride, my will, but the devil's strong. I must have been right, 'cause she can't be wrong. Unthinkable. Unthinkable. Others have come. The devil and me, they're closing up. Heaven's gates, I ain't feeling sorry, was close enough. Guess I'll wait, so light me in flames. Just as hot as you need, let me see the good girl you wanted to be. Damn, the devil in me. The devil wears, heaven help me, the devil wears lace and she can't be tamed. If I were wealthy, spend every last dime just to hear her say my name. I get my fix when she gets home. Now, honey, I've been thinking about this all day long. The devil tricks, she sent her spawn to drag me to the depths where I belong. I don't, so what I'm getting is that he met some girl that's crazy who possibly curses people or does love spells or something like that. And they did something together. I don't know. I don't know if he did this before or after he was famous. What is this, the craziest thing I've done while drunk? What's this craziest thing you've done while drunk? Something that took away his son. Something that put him with unrealistic expectations and a lack of enthusiasm. And that's something that sucked his soul out. On the words it says something murdered my soul. Some kind of soul sucker, something that I cannot make it up, you guys. I cannot make it up. The devil came right out on top of that. There's something that he did. And it doesn't have to be literally, like this happens energetically. When you choose things for money, for fame, for fortune, for wealth, instead of choosing things that bring you fulfillment, that make you feel full, that to be of service, to help others. When you come from that place of selfishness, of wanting to or needing validation in that way, and you accept contracts under that energy, that is the metaphor of accepting a deal with the devil. It doesn't have to be a ritual you did, it doesn't have to be magic. That is the magic. When you accept things in that energy, you make deals with the devil. When you manifest something, when you're not ready to receive it, the outcome will be the energy in which you manifested it in. That's why Spirit always tells me to make sure that you learn how to be in your heart, that you heal your heart, that you activate your heart chakra, that you look at your wounds and you overcome addictions and bad behavior patterns. Because if you manifest things in that energy, which you can do now in that the energy we're in right away, it's fast manifesting because we're closer to the sun and we're going into a golden age. We're in a new age, the age of Aquarius. If your thoughts turn to things, because your thoughts are energy. And so if you're unconsciously manifesting, oh, I want to be famous, I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy, and you're thinking that all the time, you will receive that. Like Angus did, spontaneously. He got the opportunity to be an actor because he kept thinking, I want to be famous, I want to provide for my family, I want money quickly, I want this, I want that. So he was offered a contract before he was ready, before he was self-disciplined, before he had self-control, before he loved himself, before he knew his own worth, his own value. And he signed a contract that solidified his energy in that. And so I'm not saying it was his own fault, but this is a cautionary tale of when you get exactly what you thought you wanted, but you weren't ready for it. Okay. So he had addiction. This deal he made, this lifestyle that he thought would be so, you know, glamorous and would solve all his problems. It didn't. It didn't solve his problems. It made him powerless. It made him materialistic. He possibly had us started becoming very sexual, having a sex addiction, having other addictions, mental health issues. So because he got up fame fast and he started attracting people or a person who he would get drunk with and have crazy sex with, and they kept him tethered to him through possibly fellatio or something. He couldn't oppose this person kept him in a very addictive pattern. They may have done drugs together, something like that. What else? Foresight. Yeah, if he knew then what he knew now, he would have healed himself first, or 6 rituals. 6 rituals. Wardrobe closet. Yeah, now in retrospect, the foresight he has is that he would have worked on his self-confidence. He would have been more focused on experiencing life, on enjoying the journey, instead of worrying about taking all these jobs just to make money because he wanted to stay relevant. Instead, if he just believed that he was relevant, his self-belief, it would have freed him from that oppressed thinking, when he thought he had to keep taking jobs and not having any time to actually enjoy the fruits of his labor, because he didn't want to feel like he was here today, gone tomorrow, because he didn't feel like he was confident enough to really be that he didn't believe in himself in that way. And so he attracted somebody. Tell me more about this, this nugget with a bad behavior. Yeah. Four swords, someone who wouldn't let him rest, someone who overwhelmed him, someone who always needed him, that never allowed him to have solitude, someone who was always constantly, um, you know, inserting themselves into their life, someone who wouldn't let them rest, someone who didn't let them have peace, someone who's constantly poking at them, making them feel anxiety and stress and fear about losing them. Or it's like the book said, someone who, let me see, where's that book at? Someone who withheld affection from them, it made some kind of cord between them, always chasing this person's affection. What else about this person, or what do you want us to know? Yeah, this person was attached to them because of their recognition. They wanted to be attached to him because they wanted to look like they had celebrity. Also, this is a clout chaser. This is someone who wanted to be in the spotlight, someone who thought they would be winning or victorious to have this person to be attached to Angus, because Angus was riding high, he was in the spotlight. This person wanted the same amount of celebrity that Angus had. That's why they were with them, but they didn't actually love them. Angus, fool. It was foolish. Angus was impulsive. He had poor judgment. He took risks that weren't necessary. He was inexperienced in this business. He wasn't used to being around people like this, so he couldn't identify when he was around somebody who was just a clout chaser that was just using them. Yeah, this person made it their mission to make Angus self-conscious, to lack self-awareness, to make them in doubt, so that way they would always be able to be in the circle, that Angus wouldn't be able to say no to them. They took advantage of that. It brought bad luck and upheaval. It brought lack of control, disruption. This person kept them drunk and on drugs and So what happened the night you passed away? Why were there so many drugs found in your system? Why were there so many drugs found in your system the night you passed, just like Mac Miller? What's up with that? What's the biggest lie you ever told? Tell the flight attendant your monkey is CPR certified. Tell a friend they can't come to your wedding. Fortnite? Gary? Describe a rhinoceros. That's so funny because I just read recently that the white rhino is extinct. Tell the flight attendant your monkey is CPR certified. What's the biggest lie you ever told? Greet someone at big box store. What's the most shocking thing you've heard someone say? I'm going to say what I'm getting in just a minute. I just want to clarify something just to be sure. That's what I'm getting.
Scaled. Gary is watching.
So the night he died, someone told him, frustration. Death.
Minutes.
Death.
Overrun.
Overrun. Okay, I'm just gonna say what I'm getting. This is for entertainment purposes only. I cannot prove any of this. This is all allegedly. So, Spirit, tell me if I'm wrong. Are you saying that whoever this person is, I kind of feel two energies, but I'm just gonna, I don't want to say the other one because it's kind of like outlandish, but it could be connected in some way. This person who was claiming to love Angus, okay? This petite person who's very attractive, very sexual, who uses sex against Angus to keep him bound to her. Possibly could have been doing love spells on him. There's something about him. They do a lot of drugs together, or what's the biggest lie you ever told? She could possibly pretend to do drugs, but then she just gets him really high, something like that. He may have found out about it. He may have found out about that she kept him drugged up and she doesn't actually do drugs or something like that. It he could have found out about it, and and there's something about
Requires energy.
There's something about him breaking up with her, him saying I'm done with you. He's so frustrated with her. He realized in that moment, because she's been telling the biggest lie you ever told. He thought she was attending these, crazy nights with him, but she's really a monkey who's certifiable. She's crazy. She's just been trying to keep him like bound to her, possibly through drugs and sex and whatever. He found out about it. Well, I don't know how it went down, but he wanted to end it with her. You can't come. Tell a friend they can't come. He wanted to end the relationship, bring a death to relationship. He realized it wasn't love. He realized that this relationship is actually hurting his confidence, that this person purposely doesn't love him and makes him unconfident on purpose. And he realized that. He may have started talking to someone else, and this shocked this person. And so this person said, what's the most shocking thing you ever heard someone say by death? This person said, I'm gonna take your life. If you leave me, I'm gonna take your life, or something like that. This person could have somehow been responsible for the cocktail of I mean, first of all, who does all those drugs at the same time? Let me just read them to you. Okay? Nobody would do these drugs at the same time. I just don't think that just does not feel right. It says multiple drug overdose, a lethal mix of methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine, and benzodiazepines. Like, what are we doing? We're you're taking uppers, downers. Like, what? I just don't feel like that's logical. I don't know why you'd have all those drugs separately and then take them all separately. So clearly, this person was upset that Angus didn't want anything to do with her anymore. And this person has a history of bad behavior because they're a gold digger and they just wanted recognition and fame. They wanted to be attached to Angus's celebrity.
Worst.
The worst. Angus just said they're the worst.
Gary will make noise.
And so there's something that they lied about. I'm not sure if it's about doing drugs, but there's something, the biggest lie you ever told, and they found out about it. Angus found out about it. They broke up with this person. They ended it. They describe a
Longing
rhinoceros.
for recognition.
Yeah, this person, this person said, "Well, you're gonna regret the day you broke up with me," or whatever unhealed people say, whatever this person says. Um, and they may have given them a death cocktail, you know, some kind of pill or something that had all these things in one: methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine. But what's that drug that Diddy likes that has all those things, or it has like, it's like pink cocaine or something? I don't know, something like that. Okay. Peace. But he's at peace now. He's in comfort. There's no more pain, no more sadness. Mm. How can we heal it? How can we heal it? The book says we can only love others as much as we love ourselves. Belonging. Belonging is the innate human desire to be part of something larger than us. Because this yearning is so primal, we often try to acquire it by fitting in and by seeking approval, which are not only hollow substances for belonging, but often barriers to it. Because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world. Our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self acceptance. We can only love others as much as we love ourselves. That's the lesson here. If
Fears.
if Angus had only realized that he was worthy of belonging, that he belonged in the environment that he manifested his fame, he manifested the acclaim, the celebrity, the where is it? The Six of Wands, he manifested success. But because he wasn't in an energy of feeling like he belonged there or that he deserved to be there, he was in his fears. He created his own curse, because he constantly felt like he wasn't worthy enough or good enough to be in that setting. And so he attracted people, places, and things that match that energy. Addictions, lovers, and he had attracted somebody that um, equally wanted to belong, that wanted to feel like they were part of something, and that yearned for it so badly
Phantom hour.
that they felt like this was their opportunity to have celebrity, to have people notice them, to have people wonder who they are, because that's a false sense of security. That's a false sense of validation. It doesn't matter how famous you get, if you do not feel within yourself that you are worthy of belonging anywhere and you need outside external validation to feel like you belong, you will be chasing that feeling. You will be chasing, chasing, chasing. You have to feel those things first. And Spirit has taught me that, and has showed me how to achieve that. And it's by finding joy. It's by accepting the things that you cannot change about yourself and working on the things that you can change, and by learning how to surrender and to not feel the need to control the way others perceive you, to just allow people to perceive you the way you are, and whoever is meant to be in your life will accept you the way you are, and that you don't have to change or be somebody you're not to belong. So that's the lesson here, self-acceptance. To begin by always thinking of love as an action rather than a feeling is one way in which anyone using the word in this manner automatically assumes accountability and responsibility. To begin by always thinking of love as an action rather than a feeling is one way in which anyone using the word in this manner automatically assumes accountability and responsibility. That's beautiful. What I get from that is that instead of feeling like you want to feel loved, love is a sacrifice you make to take actions to make yourself better. What are you doing to take actions to love yourself? How are you taking care of yourself? How are you overcoming addictions? How are you changing patterns? How are you using self control? Are you overeating? Are you staying up too late? Are you taking care of your body? Like, these are actions to show that you love yourself, that you love the body you're in, that you want to take care of yourself. When you're doing those things, instead of chasing, instead of looking for that feeling in other people and other things, you change your energy, and then you get into a heart space, and that's the thing that we're really passionate about teaching you guys. And not because we want you to be like us, but because when you're in Christ consciousness, when you're in a heart space, when you manifest things, you will actually enjoy them. You will actually be in joy. You'll actually you are you
1980s.
actually get to be in that energy and enjoy what you manifest. And it won't feel like you're chasing love, or that you're chasing things that aren't for you, that you're trying to get acceptance or belong in places you don't belong. So that's why we're really passionate about it. So that's a beautiful lesson. Thank you so much. We're going to condense the lesson over on TikTok if you want to check that out. We love you so much. Thank you so much, Angus Cloud, for the lesson. It was beautiful. I'm very sorry that you went through that, but thank you so much for letting us know your point of view, your higher perspective. We love you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do, let me tell you what we're going to do, and you can, if you want to come by, you can. We're going to do, let me see. Oh my gosh, what the heck? So we usually try to do a celebrity and then a true crime mystery. So we had one that came across to us that Spirit brought to us. Her name is Ellen Greensburg. Now this is an older one. It's from 2011, but she was stabbed 20 times in the back, and she was the coroner called it a suicide. How do you stab yourself 20 times and in the back? What are you, like this? Oh, like, I don't know. That just seems kind of outlandish. So I'd really like to get her perspective of her point of view. Ellen Greensburg, if you want to join us tomorrow morning, that's what we'll be doing. We love you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us. We're so grateful. Thank you to Angus Cloud. Uh, Love yourselves, you guys. Love yourselves, and you will be able to love others. Okay? Bye.